I'm a grown man who rides a scooter. It's a little blue Kimco People that's held together with duct tape, eats spark plugs like they were cheese curls. It's got a 2-stroke 50cc engine, which is pretty much the smallest there is. If I can get it to 35 miles per hour, I am flying. They call it a twist and go scooter because there's no gear shift. You just twist and go. I bought it out of necessity because it was cheap. It wasn't until I was invited to cover AmeriVespa, one of the biggest scooter rallies in the country, for a newspaper in San Antonio, that I really came to love it. AmeriVespa was held in Seattle that year. A local scooter club member, Dawn, said she would pay my airfare if I could hook us up with a place to stay. Dawn's one of those gorgeous older women who could still turn the head of every male motorist as she passes through an intersection, especially when she's on La Lone Sirena, a 1979 Vespa P125, hand-painted in sepia tones, covered with portraits of a gunslinging mermaid cowgirl with wings. So yeah, I accepted the deal, and here's more or less the story I turned in. Dawn picks me up in what she's calling the shag wagon, a big old 8 is enough van, except the seats in the back have been taken out. I guess that's where the shagging happens. But right now, the space is filled with suitcases. I hop in with the luggage, I bounce around with the luggage, the door doesn't open from the inside, so I'm unloaded with the luggage too. The guy at the Delta counter eyeballs us anxiously as we roll our cases up to the e-ticket kiosk. Our flight is late, and we are the only 2 on his chick list he hasn't rebooked. That's because the cheapest tickets on whatever Travelosopedia site Dawn has used has us crisscrossing the nation before heading to the Pacific Northwest. There is no way he can reroute that mess to get us there tonight. Dawn sighs a lot. I think she even stomps her feet. Then she cranks up the sex appeal, biting her lip, flinging her hair back and moving in close. That makes the Delta guy really nervous, but in a productive way. His nerves get us rebooked for the first flight tomorrow morning. I get loaded back into the van with the luggage. Next morning, the news is buzzing with chatter about how Homeland Security Chief Michael Chertoff has a, quote, gut feeling there will be a terrorist attack sometime this summer. And he has, accordingly, cranked the terror level up to hot pink or uranium green. Screw that skeleton-faced weirdo and his twisted gut feelings. I hope his intestines are as sluggish and compacted as this security checkpoint line. Drink some milk of magnesia already, dude. When we finally reach SeaTac, it's a whole other rigmarole. My friend Austin, a penniless indie rock sound engineer, has somehow borrowed an Acura to pick us up. It's got a GPS touchscreen, which is a godsend because we're gonna have to take surface roads all the way back to Seattle proper. La Lone Sirena is not highway legal. Dawn's cowgirl mermaid Vespa is waiting for us in a crate in an air freight warehouse in Tacoma. Dawn changes into a sleeveless workman's one-piece. I swear she's got nothing on underneath. The shipping gorillas are subtly going apeshit as she fills the Vespa with gas, flings back her hair, and kicks and kicks and kicks the Kickstarter, and kicks and kicks and flings her hair, and kicks and kicks and kicks some more until La Lone Sirena finally turns over. Dawn hollers out a whoo, plants a kiss on the headset. La Lone Sirena growls like a bad, bad girl. Dawn tails us to Austin's hipster house. She changes, I don't, and we both head downtown for AmeriVespa registration and the opening night cruise. I have no idea why a scooter rally would start on a cruise, but it does. I spend about a minute on the ship before I flash back to a tour around the cliffs of Moher when my folks and I visited Ireland last summer. I remember a boatload of tourists slumped over each other, cheeks plump with vomit. I remember wanting to get off the bad ship lolly puke so badly, I almost gnawed open a thigh artery just to get med-evacuated. After one glimpse at the buffet table, I get the hell out of there. The first full day of AmeriVespa, I roll out of bed instantly ready to rock. But damn, Dawn spends a long time getting prepped. But when she's done, she's what pinup models tack to their mirrors. Dawn scoots down to the rally, but I have to walk, because I don't have a badass Vespa worth shipping across America. Google Maps says it's only a couple of miles to the site. Google Maps doesn't have topography. It's all downhill, steep as the slope of a pharaoh's pyramid. By the time I get to the bottom, I have bow-legged myself. There are a couple hundred Vespas down at Lake Union Park, possibly one of the least scooter-friendly parts of Seattle. On one side, a pier. On the other side, unfinished cable car tracks. For the two-wheeler, that's a choice between death by drowning or death by road construction. The only four-wheel vehicle around is a skanky old pickup truck. Someone has spray-painted "wussy" on the side. AmeriVespa is boring if you don't have a scooter. All you can do is count things. Wow, 112 Vespas parked over there. Wow, that scooter has 19 headlamps and 17 rear-view mirrors. Wow, I've been here for 72 minutes, smoked 6 cigarettes, and counted everything 3 times. The walk back up the hill pulverizes my calves. I feel like I'm walking on buffalo wings. I nap and I nap and I nap. When I wake up, a friend takes me to a German bar where we drink ale out of a glass boot. Second day of the rally, a friend I haven't seen since high school rides up from Portland. I had a major crush on her back then, and now I have a crush on her scooter, a pink 2005 Stella. Today, I have borrowed Austin's scooter. It's not European, it's not vintage. It's a Honda Metropolitan, a Frankenstein scooter composed of cannibalized parts. It's got a puny 50cc engine, and the front and back panels don't match. A few riders are wearing t-shirts that say, "Twist and go fuck yourself." They are talking to me. A few dozen of us ride as a pack into the city on an organized tour, with me and the Honda Met managing to keep up. The Franken Honda rocks, and I get to ride right behind the pink Stella, eyes on her taillight. My friend leans forward, tucks her legs up under the seat, and it's like she's merged with her machine. I have an epiphany. Women ride scooters because it's like becoming a mermaid of the road. Men ride scooters because they were exposed to quadrophenia at too impressionable an age. We get back just in time to watch a muscly modern scooter with a sidecar burn figure eights in the pavement. My friend heads back to Portland. At the awards dinner, La Lone Sireno wins best in her class. Initially, I'd worried that Dawn was going to spend the whole trip flirting with me like some sort of cougar on wheels. But once she swings onto the seat and squeezes her tasseled handles, she becomes mermaid cowgirl. There isn't a rider at that rally who doesn't want to run a hand along her wheel well. There ain't nothing sexy about the Franken Honda. I putt back to the hipster house and I don't see Dawn again until dawn. The final day of AmeriVespa starts at a Krispy Kreme. Everyone's bitching about the old bearded coot who won the prized vintage Vespa in the raffle. He's never ridden a scooter with a manual transmission, they say, and therefore the idiot doesn't deserve it. He can't even use it, let alone appreciate it, the asshole. I'm glad I didn't buy any raffle tickets. The first unofficial account I hear is 250 scooters parked outside a donut shop waiting for the big Sunday ride. By the time the procession arrives at the ferry terminal, I'm hearing 350 Vespas, then 600. Wheel to wheel, that's about 6 football fields. The line of scooters goes well beyond my field of vision as we fill up one ferry, then a second. The girl in the Vespa behind me recognizes the Honda Met. She was the previous owner, and apparently it was a Franken Honda even back then. When the ferry attendant addresses the scooters as mopeds on the PA system, everyone boos. That is, except for the one guy on the yellow moped. We roll off the ferry and we're like a 20-mile hurricane ravaging Vashon Island. Hundreds of scooters racing, weaving, beeping through the forested roads. The engine's a collective roar like the Blue Angels over Niagara Falls. Something sharp and black, some sort of bug I think, hits me in the neck and stings like hell. I don't care though, because I think I get it, even if I can't fully articulate it. There's this special moment when the growl of the motor mates with the whoosh of the wind, when oil and exhaust is infused with fresh leaves and pasture, and old people are standing by their mailboxes waving, and children are hanging onto fences beaming, and motorists are stuck in intersections waiting for this never-ending fleet of Vespas to pass, wearing priceless expressions that say they'd be furiously impatient if they weren't too busy being astounded. I am offended that more bugs aren't taking me head on. Waiting for the ferry on the way back, I overhear the employees say the scooter count was over 800. I believe it. Wheel to wheel, those Vespas could have built a bridge back to Pontedera, Italy. The end of Amerivespa, I cross back into Seattle. Alone, lost, trying to figure out the best route back to the hipster house. Suddenly, I'm in the wrong lane. Then I'm sucked onto the on-ramp and deposited onto the I-5, humming at 35 miles per hour while SUVs smear past. Their annoyed horns are a frightening lesson in the Doppler effect. I try to exit and end up on another freeway, and I'm going so fast the front wheel is wobbling. I may have screamed for my mommy. I pray that a cop will pull me over and escort me to safety. I am going to bail, and the semi in my rearview mirror is going to blast the freaking Honda's parts all the way back to eBay. I'll either be stuck to the truck's grill like a Looney Tunes villain or ground into pulpy road putty. I clench my teeth hard and twist until my knuckles are white. I tune out the horns and train my eyes on the next exit. My fear of death by Mach 10 fades. That's when I really get it. I don't need a Dodge Ram to own the road. All I need is 2 wheels, a 2-stroke engine, and the audacity to ride like that patch of pavement was built just for me. Thank you. Oh my God, I'm giving up my favorite